Alright, alright, alright. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We've got ByuN in the bottom right side of the map, ZOUN in the top right, and it is going to be a PvT best of 5. It looks like ZOUN's going for a Proxy. One of his very first probes coming across this map to start this best of 5. Not sure if this is an upper or lower bracket match, but it is a best of 5, which means it's a very important match between ByuN and ZOUN. I believe it might be a lower bracket elimination match. Maybe someone in my Twitch chat can confirm that for me. But it is continuing our coverage of the Esports World Cup, and oh my gosh! ByuN barely misses it. He barely misses it. If that came forward, oh, he might have seen it. If that gateway got built a bit early, it's 2 gates on the front. But that SCV, is he eBay blocking? No. ByuN. No. He's gonna eBay block, which means he's not gonna scout that he's being proxied. Oh no, guys. He's eBay blocking a guy that's building 2 gateways on his side of the map. He's expecting a probe to come down in the next 10 seconds to try to expand. Little does he know he's investing money on something that is not the right thing. If he stays on the high ground, he might be okay, but he needs a bunker and he needs it early. Probe comes in here, he's going to attack that SCV. That SCV might be a bit confused about what's happening. He has no idea. Dude, ByuN has no idea what's going on. Do not build a command center on this low ground. Stay on the high ground and do not stop making units, my friend. Please go into the main. You gotta go. No, you gotta go into the main. You gotta go into the main. Oh no, he has no idea, guys. I think he's going to go factory before expand, which is good. Factory before expand is good. He can start making widow mines here. Where's that factory? Guys, where's the factory? Oh no, he's not canceling the eBay. He's going to go command center. Oh, that's bad. He needs production. He's not building a marine. He's not building a reactor. He's not building a factory. This is a terrible start to this series for ByuN, guys. ByuN is deep in D-Town. He has no idea. He's got to wonder, why are there 3 probes attacking this? That means ZOUN has not expanded elsewhere. You've got to start wondering what's happening. And of course, we know there's 2 Zealots out. Cybercore's about to finish. We're going to see 2 Stalkers get chronoed. Oh my gosh, double chrono into Stalkers. Dude, he's building probes behind it. He's going to get ready to take an Nexus behind this as another pylon does go down, making sure ZOUN's not supply blocked. Reactor and factory start, but they're so very late. ByuN is starting to realize that something might be up. He goes over, thinks about building a bunker, but he changes his mind and builds a gas. That's a disastrous decision. He needs the bunker up before the Stalkers arrive. Otherwise, they'll stop it from building. Oh me, oh my. Guys, ByuN's in D-Town. He's totally misread this game, and ZOUN is about to ruin ByuN's day. Oh, this is so unfortunate. He's going to let him in. Okay, he does manage to stop him from getting in. That bunker's too close. He needs to build it further back. He needs an emergency bunker. He's losing both depots and the reactor no matter what. There is no way this bunker gets up. He needs to build another one further back. Widow Mine starts. 2 Marines do begin as well. SCVs come forward. Thinks about surrounding, but 2 Zealots are just going to do so much damage. He can't fight this unless he gets a complete SCV surround. ByuN has to tap out. A great matchup of build orders for ZOUN and an unfortunate mistake for ByuN. Damn, dude, ZOUN starts this series with a free win, guys. That's really good for him. It's a best of 5, luckily, not a best of 3, but ByuN's got to be feeling a bit uncomfortable as they go on to ley lines. ByuN down here in the bottom left side will rally his first SCV to build the depot. Interesting that he builds it on the left side. Most people build it on the right first, as it's the more direct rally path between the bases. Doesn't really matter at all. Oh, and interestingly, guys, ZOUN, a man after my own heart, not going for the wall off on the ledge. I thought he'd be more of a ledge wall off guy, but looks like he wants to go for the gateway back here. A lot of the times you build the Cybercore, I've completely stopped building this Cybercore, guys. And the reason is, every time I build it there, they come to drop here, I like blink across, and then they just quickly boost to the other side, and my units are just stuck running around like this. And they get like a double drop here, and they pick up and drop there, and I just don't quite have enough units. And it's always the fact that like my Stalkers go here, almost kill the mine drop, and then they can't move across the friggin' Cybercore. I hate defending this base and this angle with a Cybercore here. It loses me so many games, and I've just said, screw it. I pointed this out. My Twitch chat had a really good point. They said, every now and then pros stop building that Cybercore, and then they always get Hellion dropped by Clem, and those Hellions just do a full circle around the mineral line, killing every single probe. And then they go back to building that Cybercore to have that little bit of wall kind of stopping the Hellions from rotating. And I'm like, you know, that's a fair point. I'm happy to have Clem kill all my probes. You know what? If 2024 world champion, guy who's going into the 2025 World Championship as the reigning champion, if that guy kills my... I'm okay with it. I'm also okay if 4.6k Barry Terran Chadman also ends up taking down all of my probes. I'll pay that price. But so ZOUN going to do the standard, does the Cybercore block, does screw up the rotations around his base. But I think ZOUN's good enough that he's unlikely to struggle as hard against medevac rotations as I do. Nice probe stacking there. You could see he stacked those workers on that one patch that didn't have a buddy yet. And Nexus is up, Pylon as well. Obviously, Cybercore came down before Nexus. Sorry, Nexus before Cybercore. This has become so much more common recently, guys. There's a few reasons. Number one, a lot of Terrans are skipping the Reaper, so you don't need to go core early. Number one. Number two, a lot of Terrans are really good at defending with either a high ground command center or an early Marauder or an early Cyclone. So doing the Adept pressure, not as powerful as it once was. A lot of players are saying, I'll just chrono boost probes. I'll just play a bit more defensively, right? I might poke to scout with the Adept because this Adept is about 10 seconds delayed from a core before Nexus. We'll do it that way. What is this? Okay, guys. ByuN down again. Most players, like I've always talked about how you got to have balls to be a good StarCraft player. Proverbial balls, of course, not physical ones. Shout out to my testicular cancer survivors or people who aren't born with them. Adept's coming in here. Oh, it's going to get caught. Does he take it down? Does he take it down? But as I said, if you're down a game, building a third command center, this is so vulnerable to so many things. There are so... And he's going to go 3 barracks with no bunker behind it. Dude, if there was heavy stalker pressure on this natural... But I guess because he goes Marauder, he doesn't have to worry about that. Actually, never mind. That's fine. Because of the Marauder, he's safe. But yeah, this is... If Protoss sees this, it's huge. But he's like, oh, you're going 3 racks. And the 3 racks, does he realize it's a little delayed? It's hard to realize. I don't know if ZOUN realizes there's a third command center up there. Oh, man, because he absolutely could scout it. But right now, the Marauders keep him distracted. Engineering Bay goes down. And ZOUN probably thinks, yeah, that's okay. I'll play 3-gate blink into a third base. You're playing 3 racks. I'll take a third at about 4.5 minutes. Oh, he's even going to go Robo before third base. Now, the reason why Robo's... okay. I was going to say Robo's an odd choice because you really don't need Observer against 3 racks. You don't need Immortals. Not really useful against it. I mean, it can help against the Marauders. But if you go 4 gas and rush Colossus, obviously that's amazing because you know the factory is very delayed for ByuN. He's not going to have early Medivacs, no Vikings, so he can't really outposition you with Medivac drops. He won't have early Vikings. He's going to be way behind. Even at the point when he knows there's Colossus, ByuN probably has to build at least 4 Medivacs before even thinking about going into the Viking production. That being said, this delays the third base a long time, and it does mean he's going to get further and further ahead. ZOUN just missing this. The mind games between these two are kind of incredible, right? ZOUN goes for a 2-gate proxy. Hard counters ByuN's eBay block. Now ByuN is the one pulling out the tricky plays. And, you know, seeing a 3-racks naturally puts you in a more paranoid state usually. Where's the Robo Bay, though? Robo Bay is being delayed right now. I dislike this. Oh, he's going to go Storm? Okay, so this is just for Observer Vision and then for Prism? Against a 3-racks? Surely Colossus is the better play, right? I mean, Colossus is so good against 3-racks. Storm's not bad, it's just... I would rather you go third base into Storm if you're going to play this style. You've already got 3-gate Blink, which should be able to defend any sort of 3-racks pressure. He'd be crazy to push you with 3-racks without Medivacs. Not with everything being scouted by the sentries. Stalker's on the front, still no idea about this third base. It's just over there. He's purposely rallying to the left side to not give away the info. That base is defenseless. But ZOUN just never scouting up there. Gonna blink into the main base. Not a bad idea. Gets the SCV there. Could maybe get combat shields as well, but Stim's ready. He's got to back off. Gets himself a Marine. 2 Marines for an SCV. So 2 Marines and an SCV for 1 Stalker. Not a bad trade. There is a Marine over there. Should be an easy cleanup on him as well. Third Nexus has gone down just after 5 minutes. Not a very quick one. Storm is on the way as well as 3 more gateways. ZOUN just has no idea what sort of game he's in. He thinks this is a 2-base Terran. It's not. It's equal worker count, which is amazing for ByuN. 4th and 5th barracks is on the way. Observer's there. ByuN's seen it. He's going to scan that, I think. Yeah. ByuN's really good at spotting those observers. All right, Stalker moves north. Oh, he sees it. And ZOUN's like, wait, what the hell? Blink and recall? Oh, he's got to run. Run. These Marauders are going to catch him. Especially if these 2 Marauders stim to the right side right now. Oh, ZOUN! ZOUN, what are we doing? I mean, he does do the cheeky blink to the left, but that's crazy. He loses every Stalker. I mean, he should have immediately blinked behind and recalled or ran away much faster. They're very slow to do a second blink. This is really bad for ZOUN now. He knows about the base. He's down 30 supply. He doesn't have any upgrades. Meanwhile, +1 armor's almost here. Armory and second eBay going down. ByuN's going to be going straight to 2-2. He's got forward pressure, but he doesn't even need to commit. He just needs to scare ZOUN right now while he continues to macro. Widow Mine's coming in as well. Amazing play for ByuN. my gosh, ByuN! Oh my lord, what are we doing? I have joked many times that ByuN doesn't think Storm exists until he sees it land on his units. But to be fair, he hadn't seen the High Templar yet in this game, and it did feel more like a game that would normally go into Colossus. So he was probably just shocked to see the Storms. Does lose a lot of Marines to the first one. Widowmines are here. Kind of hard for ZOUN to chase this down. Widowmine does get a good shot on the Stalkers. ByuN does bait another Storm out. He's got to pull back though, does ByuN. Got to get his units up here. There's a lot of Storm coming in, and dude, with that Zealot warp in and so few medevacs healing, oh gosh. ByuN might actually lose his third. He's trying to kite here. I like that he was patient on the stim, but he has to do it once those Zealots commit like that. I love the pullback for ZOUN. He knows that it's hard for ByuN to handle these hit point losses. He's only got a few medevacs right now, and those Zealots in the mineral line are huge. Marauders go forward, they get hammered. Yes, the Widowmine lands a decent hit, but ByuN just doesn't quite have enough production right now. Those SCVs are going to get taken down. Oh, a lot of them do get hit by Storm, but many of them do survive. Another Storm does go down. 18, 20 SCVs fall. ZOUN with a big Storm timing, and ByuN losing so many Marines in that first move forward was just a big mistake. As I said, he was committing really hard to upgrades and economy. He just needed to not just attack, but actually just scare ZOUN into being defensive while massing units. And yet now ByuN gets hit by Storm. He's got to pre-spread like crazy. He's got 1-1 upgrades. His bio units are much better than ZOUN's, but it's got to be about the pre-spread. This kind of clumped up, trying to bait the Storms only works when there's not many Storms. These days, there is a higher number of Storms. I've been screaming at my screen for the last 6 months, please pre-spread. ByuN, not a big pre-spreader. He likes to stim reactively and spread reactively. I just think when there's this many Storms, it's really hard to make this happen. And ZOUN's now got him contained. 10 worker advantage for ZOUN. I can't believe ZOUN's got this game back in his favor, dude. This is crazy. Zealot High Templar Stalker coming forward the sentry as well. The hidden third base for ByuN got him an advantage, but now his bio is just getting hammered and the building's clumping him up so badly. Oh no, I think ByuN's been overrun, guys. He's only got a few Marauders left in the back. The Stalkers are coming forward. These Archons morphing in. Another full energy High Templar arrives from the back. EMP there. Doesn't land an EMP in time. Storm's landing on the Marauders. More Zealots coming in. And ByuN's going to tap out. That is such an unfortunate disaster. The power spike we see with the sheer amount of energy those High Templars stack up with a couple of energy recharges being used so well. We've got to go back and look at that first Storm. Could he have avoided this? Okay, so how much did he really lose here? I mean, he's at like double the army supply, but he's already a little damaged. He just didn't know. He had no idea about Storm. And then he sees it, and he does react very slowly, to be fair. I mean, that was a lot. That was like 10 Marines, right? There's 14 Marines out. 10 Marines and a Marauder get popped, and the rest get heavily damaged. When you're low on medevacs already, that is so costly. That's so problematic. Oh, man. And then he gets chased down as well, so he's got to stim a lot on the way home. I do think maybe he could have been a bit better at pumping Widow Mines earlier. Oh, but dude, just great chase by ZOUN. Really well played. All right. ZOUN speedrunning this series. And guys, this is an elimination match, by the way. Keep in mind, ByuN lost to Clem's Protoss already in the upper bracket. ZOUN lost to Solar. So they both got 2-0'd in the upper bracket. This is their elimination match. Now, ZOUN was already qualified for the main tournament, whereas ByuN played through the play-in stage, made his way through that bracket with flying colors, did really well, but it's just such a bummer, man. It's such a bummer that ByuN is now down 0-2 this quickly. It's, 3 games in a row against ZOUN is... It almost never happens to make a reversal from down 0-2. That's like a very... if it's Raynor or Dark, maybe Hero, those are like a few of the players I really believe in doing that. ByuN? Maybe. But he's got to dig deep, but he's got to play super clean. I think, you know, it's those Storm timings, if they don't break you and you keep your third mining, don't lose many workers on your third. Terran just outscales Protoss massively in that last game. There's no Forge, right? ZOUN would have been screwed long term. So he's just got to not take that first Storm on the chin. But man, it's such a meme I've been joking about for so long, is that ByuN doesn't believe Storm exists until the first Storm lands in the middle of his bio. He truly is like the great bug splatter beast, you know? If you don't see it, it can't see you. I don't know, it is some weird reverse logic with him, but he's very commonly, it's an unfortunate habit as how much he takes those Storms to the face and cost him game 2 despite a very good opening build. Now we're going to see a 1-Rax expand, but it is a high ground command center before Marine. Look at that, guys. Command center factory, and is he going to go straight tech lab without a Marine? He is, isn't he? Oh, that's so sick. You couldn't do this if you were in this spawn, because when you lift the barracks to swap over, an adept could shade in and ruin your day. But on this side, where you've got the full wall off, works out okay. Second gas is already almost up as well. Very quick second gas. Because Cyclone's so expensive, and you don't want to delay your starport too long. Twilight Council does go down. Stalker first, and just waiting for a little bit more money. Looks like he wants to go double Stalker, yep. Nexus does come up, and a very early battery, even delaying probes to get that battery, and that's partially because ZOUN has not scouted, and he's going to chrono now as he starts the probe. Chrono goes down. Beautiful play for both sides. Neither side scouting. Very efficient, optimized openings heading in the direction they had decided before the game started, you know? Look at ByuN, hasn't even scouted his natural. Look at ZOUN, has not moved any further than just over here to look for a very close proxy. That was all he checked for. Stalkers on the way. It's going to be 3 Stalkers to start. No Sentry just yet. You can go Sentry with your 4th Gateway unit and still have a pretty early Hallucinate. Looks like we're going to see 2nd Gate Robo here. Building this big chunk of buildings. Oh, 3rd Gate, actually. So the thing with this chunk of buildings, what I don't like about that Gateway placement is there's a little spot there where Bio can drop and your Zealots can't get to it. It's a little bit awkward. Also, just almost feels like I wish you'd put a pylon there to power everything, but it is what it is. ZOUN's taking another break from probing right now. What's this? To get a Robo started. Man, gaps in probe production early on. Interesting. So he really wants to make sure his 3 gates, his blink, his robo are done. And I think that's because he has no idea what's happening. What if there's a tank push coming? Non-stop probing would be a bad idea. Now, obviously, we know it's just a Cyclone into a Widowmine drop. Safety Siege tank, 2nd barracks goes down. Pretty standard play for ByuN. Widowmine drop into what will be a 3-Rex style. ZOUN's going to move out and look for that 3rd base in the near future. He's already got 3 gases coming up. Another gap in probe production. Even if it's just a few seconds here or there, it does add up. I go forward, double Widowmine drop, boosts in from very far away, and he wisely runs away. Good choice for ByuN to only cop a single Stalker shot on the chin. Alright, we've got a tank and a Banshee on the way. Ooh, I like this. Widowmine drop goes north. 3rd Nexus. It's going to come in. Not just yet, though. More Stalkers warping in. Stalkers are on the front, ready to slow down a potential push. With the Banshee coming, it looks like it's going to be a 2-tank move out. He's building 3 Marines at a time. No 3rd barracks. Engineering bay in the wall off. These Stalkers are going to have a lot of work to do to slow down this push. If the Cyclone can stay alive, he can really damage the Stalkers very heavily. No Stalkers left at home to defend the Widowmine drop. He's just got 3 in the main. I guess he doesn't know that it's here. Those Stalkers are way out of position. These Stalkers on the front just chilling for now. ZOUN's Observer's about to arrive. Oh, he misses the move out? No, he sees it. Okay, he sees the move out. He can blink back to the left side. Good micro so far. Banshee takes a lot of damage. You get the Cyclone, that's big. ByuN! This Banshee and Cyclone so damaged. He's got to pull these units back. That Banshee is just, it's cruising for a bruising. ZOUN should go for it. He should click the Banshee and blink away. But the units do pull back. Observer is there. Widowmine drop goes in. Looks like it got 3 probes in the midst of that. Got to keep that Banshee and Cyclone alive, does ByuN. ByuN building 8 reactor on the starport. 3rd barracks goes down. Factory lifts off and builds its own reactor as well. Medevac's still going to go and hide in the dead space. And it looks like ByuN is not going to keep pushing. Templar Archives on the way. 3rd Nexus almost finished. Feels like you're stabilizing here for ZOUN. It's going to go 5 gates and Storm. But the worker count looks good for ByuN. +1 attack has started. Does have Stim halfway finished. He's not too far behind from where he should be. Now, these tanks doing a great job of covering the front, but those Stalkers could blink left side, and if they get Stim... No! No, ByuN! No! He just left himself open. He thought the tanks would cover. Oh, no, ByuN, not like this. Man. Now ZOUN knows there can't be a push for several more minutes. He's got to rebuild his tech lab, start Stim from scratch. Oh, ByuN's in a dark place right now, guys. He's going to double down. He's going to build the 5 barracks. Does pull SCVs from the natural where he's oversaturated to start the 4th and 5th barracks. Stalkers find a tank! You're kidding me! Dude, ZOUN's all over him. This is amazing. Looks like 2 Stalkers did go down, but I think this is so good for a tank and Stim. Observer should be able to escape maybe as well. Stalkers trying to get the Cyclone. Observer barely goes down. Finally, ByuN gets a little win for himself. Storm coming in. Oh my gosh. ByuN starts the third on location. So actually, he's going to build a third, but it's a very greedy third on location. He's like, nah, let's just stop cutting corners. ZOUN looks like I had to do a pause. They have unpaused now, of course, as we are casting this off a replay. Banshee top right. Medevac is empty there. No mines in that one. ByuN moving out. The Stalkers are there. First Forge just now starting. +1's already almost finished for Terran. One Stalker does get gunned down by those two tanks. I mean, ByuN's macro is okay. I wonder how quickly ZOUN goes for a fourth base. Because that's one thing, is by getting Stim, I think he could have been a bit greedier here. I feel like ZOUN could have already had a fourth base halfway done. It's going to look for a timing though. Zealot, Stalker Sentry with the Storm drop. ByuN, he's in a bit more conservative of a position, but that means it's going to be hard to defend the third. He's got to spread. He's got to spread. He doesn't know about this army out here. Oh my gosh. ByuN, you got to be so careful, mate. I do like that he's keeping his tanks on his ramp, but he's got to pre-spread. Please pre-spread your units. Just once, please. ByuN! Oh my gosh, he's so clumped on the ramp, and he's going to get jumped on. The Marines get absolutely wrecked. The tanks go down on the outside of the wall. If he does have a double drop, though, double drop does get in, forces a recall on most of those units. Maybe that saves his third base, picks up a few units. Doesn't get any damage, though. ByuN, it's such a bad situation he finds himself in now. ZOUN's got control. He's got a fourth Nexus on the way. His own upgrades are coming. As slow as it is, they are slowly coming in. Looks like he's going to... Can he storm that? I don't think you can reach that with storms. Maybe with feedbacks, but I don't think you can with storms. ByuN does have his third up in mining, but he's got a pre-spread, I swear, man. Second Forge comes in before the Robo transition. Bunch of idle probes in this main base. Love to see a bunch of these probes transfer over to that fourth ahead of time. ZOUN is famous for not building a big economy in this matchup. It's what has got him into trouble against Clem in the past, is he sometimes just sits on 69 workers and refuses to build any more. And you can see even here, he loses 2, queues up 2 probes. He's got 4 Nexus. Doesn't build 4. He never wants to go past 70 probes. This is one thing that ZOUN is very inflexible on, is like he very rarely will go again above 70 probes. He loves to sit at 68 to 70 and just says, nope, I want more army. Even if the Terran's on 4 bases or, you know, going towards late game and stuff, ZOUN is, I want a big army and I want to make it happen with that army. He's very good at doing this, but it does mean for a ByuN who's already on 71 workers with a 4th CC on the way, he could be leaning into a bigger economy in the long run if he can survive the Storm mid-game and what is now going to be a Colossus transition with the Robo Bay on the way. 4 gas style. 5th Nexus has started for ZOUN as well. Banshee's in the top left. ByuN's macro's being good, guys. Been a lot of things that have gone wrong for him this game. Losing Stim. His Widowmine drop only getting 3 probes on the second attempt. You know, he just hasn't found that much. But oh my gosh, here we go. EMP lands on the Prism. Does take a pretty big storm on his Ghosts. But the Prism has to be really careful there. And oh, Snipe gets one of the High Templar. ZOUN has to fall back. It's Banshee picking off probes and pylons. I don't know why we're not warping in a Stalker for this. This is a bit wild. Double Drop's going to try and sneak around that left side. Widowmine is still there. ZOUN really just ignoring this right now. I think he keeps warping in on the front or something like that. Stalker's over there as well. Oh, the Storm Stalker ambush. Feedback. Doesn't have the energy for feedback. That medevac barely escapes. Pylon goes down and another 2 probes. 7 probes in a pylon for a single red hit point cloakless Banshee. ZOUN, wake up, mate. You're up 2-0. Do not let this one slip away. Second Robo goes down. 2 more gateways coming in. ByuN has settled into a sort of turtley rhythm now. He's got 8 racks, 4th command center, 2-2 upgrades coming in. He's not going to go down without a fight, ByuN. And in fact, he's got a supply lead. How do these storms land? Oh, medevac's in the open. ByuN gets caught on that right side. 1 medevac and 3 marauders go down. Widowmine does land, though. That Prism takes a walloping down to just 9 hit points. He's going to unload those High Templar, try to use a storm to cover his retreat. But it absolutely is a retreat. Zealot could find a few SCVs on that side. ZOUN's got to go into that double Robo transition. He starts a Colossus, but Viking production's already heavily underway. There's 2 starports here with reactors. ByuN looking healthy. And that Zealot not taking advantage to get any SCV kills. Medevac and the ByuN coming over should be able to deal with that. Well, Zealot wins this fight. Medevacs are good, but not that good. Jeez. Both players are so excited. This happens a lot when you get to the biggest tournament of the year. We've seen this before. First time Gamers 8 happened, it was bizarre. You saw players making weird mistakes they normally didn't make. And when you've got a $700,000 tournament after a massive layoff season, Dude, sometimes people just get nervous. Mass Zealot Stalker diving. No Storm there, though. Good pullback micro for ByuN. You can see the way he rotated around, stayed away from those High Templar, and that's the important thing. Prism's going to fly in, but watch out. That Widowmine's still there. Good blink micro. Picks off the Widowmine. ByuN's on 4 base. He doesn't have libs or anything yet. It's pure bio Ghost Ball, though. He's got to keep the High Templar away from that ball. Zealots come in this side. Good army split. Good EMP on that front-running High Templar. I think the Zealots have not been cleaned up in the mineral line, though. He's got to deal with that in the backside. You can see he kind of F2'd back to the front. 8 SCVs go down. Nice little trade there for ZOUN. 9 SCVs as he does lose his army, and now he's going to rotate. Got to try and control space, does ByuN. Dude, he dives in. He's got no splash damage. He's only got 1 High Templar in the back. Crazy attack for ZOUN. As I said, though, ZOUN, the king of staying in 70 probes and just attacking, trying to look for those good fights. I think he really needs to be careful with these trades, though, because you can see he's now down 1,400 resources and the units lost. I don't see that getting any better until Disruptors are on the field. He's building 3 Colossus right now, but there's a very good Viking count, and I think he needs a lot more High Templar. He's got 4 right now. They're doing really well. Oh, great Storm. Great Storm. I take it back. Storms are doing well, but he's out of Storm now, and he's got to get out of here. This army is so much weaker than ByuN's army. If ByuN just A-moves, he smashes this army. ZOUN is standing and fighting. I do not know why. He finally does decide to pull away, lands a feedback, but this is crazy. It's a big bio Ghost Ball with 2/2 upgrades. ZOUN is trying to overwhelm him with Zealot Stalker right now. Surely this is a bad fight for ZOUN. ByuN is trading so well. He keeps stutter stepping back, landing EMPs. That's what you need. And that Storm, I mean, if you're fighting with Storms, I understand you're looking for the Storms, but with no Colossus and no Storms, it's a bit weird. He has got the Colossus in now, but the Vikings do lift back off as he scouts that. Great scan for ByuN to see the Colossus have arrived. He's going to come and wrap around this. ZOUN's going to dive. He's headbutting in right now, ZOUN. I don't think ZOUN has a lot of faith in his endgame. He wants to keep the fighting going now. He's going to get a lot of SCVs on that base. Good recall. Does lose 1 Colossus and a Stalker, but the Zealot Archon smashes the mineral line. And ZOUN should be able to replenish those units. He's on 5 base with it. Base number 6 coming in. Zealots pick off a few Marines and SCVs on the left side. Overall, really good handling of that. I thought ZOUN was going to get his whole army surrounded, but he saved a bunch of High Templar, Colossus, a Sentry, a bunch of Stalkers. Saving those valuable units should give him the time he needs to rebuild. He's on 10 gateways, but he's nowhere near maxed. He needs that time. Where are the Disruptors? He's still massing Colossus? Wow, so if he can focus these Vikings down with the Stalkers, his Colossus will carry him. But if those Vikings can land the hits they need... Oh my god, flanking Templar from the left! Dude, oh, he catches it. He catches the High Templar. Nice move for ByuN. There's still 2 High Templar up north, but the EMPs land. The EMPs just smash him down, barrage him down, and ZOUN does not have the Zealot count. He does not have the Disruptors. All the High Templar gone, and when you don't have any Storms coming in, guess what? The Bio Ghost Army blitzes you. Zealot Stalker, no match for that one. ZOUN, I like that he played so aggressive and in ByuN's face. I think he was just a bit too slow to get the splash damage to the front. And then even when he had these Colossus at the end, you could see the Bio Viking just very decisive. And ByuN hangs on in this series. Dude, it looked so bad at the start. I thought losing Stim would be a bigger deal than it was, but I think ZOUN didn't lean into the probe production maybe as much as he could have. Poof. Trying to hang in there, but these Colossus in the open. Oh, good shots on the Ghosts. But the Colossus go down. Even getting 3 or 4 Ghosts, as good as that is, ByuN can afford that. You cannot afford to lose your Colossus right now. EMPs on the High Templar. ZOUN has to tap out. And ByuN will not go down without a fight. Alright guys, ZOUN in the top right side of the map. ByuN in the bottom left side of the map. We've got Barracks Gas up against Gateway Gas. And ZOUN is up 2-1. He's going to go for a Gate Scout here. And it looks like ByuN really focused on not playing double gas, which is fascinating because ZOUN hasn't really been sentry scouting that much. But I think that's a reaction to the fact that he's seeing 1 Rax expands. I think if he was seeing a double gas, we'd be seeing the sentry scout a lot more. Dubrong has entered the Twitch chat watching live. Did you guys know Rubdong was a famous Twitch chatter in our channel? Twitch chat, with their evil censorship, and their hate for freedom of speech, thought that Rubdong was a bad name. So he's reincarnated himself as Dubrong. For those who don't know, the reason he's famous in our Twitch chat is he never says anything except Rubdong. And he's been doing it for about 5 years at this point. Hops in chat most days, just says Rubdong, Doesn't say anything else. There's no other comments. Except the one time he came and said, oh, they made me rename I had to make a new account because they banned me. And we're like, oh, cool. Well, okay, hello, Dubrong. And he's like, Rubdong. And then he just went back to saying nothing but Rubdong every day. I'm like, this guy's fantastic. Everyone can be excited. They're like, oh my God, sick play. Wow, ZOUN's so good. ByuN's so good. And he'll just be there like, Rubdong. Like, amazing. What a contribution. Going to be a very early Cyclone after that expansion. Probe here, of course, just hanging out. And he's like, where's your command center, mate? Where's the depot? It doesn't really matter, actually. Ooh, the SCV. Drill him. Oh, the SCV almost blocked the probe enough. Sentry does come out here. Just a bit more curious to scout. Double shield battery for ZOUN. He only saw single gas. I'm surprised he's gone double shield battery and sentry against a guy with single gas. Because it feels like he's paranoid. Because he didn't see a command center. But I don't think he's, you know, it just feels like ZOUN's not probing. For a second there, he wasn't probing in his... Yeah, he's not probing again. This is interesting. ZOUN looks a little uneconomic in his games, right? He looks very, like, non-economically focused. It starts up that probe on time. It's not huge gaps, but it just means by, like, the 6-minute mark, once again, he's only building one probe. By the 6-minute mark, he's just down 3 or 4 probes. And I think that's a very good thing if your opponent's all-inning you. But ByuN's actually been macroing pretty well. So I think these are what I would say is unnecessary gaps. It's not something I want to nitpick on too much. But if you're not either gearing up for your own timing attack or gearing up to defend a timing attack where you're like, oh, I need to cut probes for a second to build my gateway earlier, or I need to make a round of stalkers, so I'm going to delay these probes a few seconds. It's not as effective in the style of game that ByuN's leading into right now. Third gas. Why is there a third gas? Why is there a third gas in a TVP? I mean, that's got to be Cloak on the Banshees he's thinking about doing. The hell? A really early third gas. He's just going to keep building tanks and Banshees, is he? Okay. I mean, that's a big sign of aggression. The third gas. You know there's not going to be a third command center for a little while. I think you just got to go... He's going to go 4 gas. There's no way you get Storm up against this. I think you got to just go heavy on the Stalkers and get those Stalkers across this map as quickly as possible while continuing to hallucinate Scout. And I think you want to try and keep this hallucination alive if possible. Now, there's actually no Cloak. And behind this, he's just building a tank, engineering bay, stim. That third gas is breaking my brain right now, guys. He's got 200 gas in the bank. Even if he went Cloak and another Banshee, I think it would be too much gas. It's like he's trying to mind game it. But now the third barracks, the add-on gets spotted, which is a sign of him wanting to commit to a longer game. I'd love to, if anyone knows this build order, you guys let me know in the comments. Hopefully I see those. I normally check most of my comments. I don't see every single one. But I do learn a bit about niche build orders. That there's always someone watching who's seen a top Terran player, a big Gabe or someone explain this build order, or they've copied the build off Maru at some points. They know how it works. But to me, it just feels a bit inefficient. Even if it was like, oh, I got scouted, so I'm pivoting. It still feels like 300 gas. It's a crazy amount, man. Dude, that tank is so exposed. Yes, he's got another tank guarding it, but you got to be careful. It's only 4 Stalkers, so he will be able to defend. And this time you can see he's splitting his units, so Stim and these reactors are not exposed. Still no third base for ZOUN. He's going to go charge, Immortal, and Psystorm. Fascinating. 6 gateways as well. Very 2-base centric build order. So if ByuN overcommits to a 2-base push, he'll have a bad time. He spots a very late third base. Banshee moving in a bit of a derpy direction. I think maybe he was trying to come around to scout this third base if it started. At least he sees the third go down. He knows, oh, you're not playing a very economic game. Cyclone does take down the Observer. Good scan there. Cyclone's so good for clearing Observers. Still got 400 gas in the bank. But at least he's not going to have a shortage. You could pump these Metavacs. Stim's done. Shields is on the way. What is our building? Now, we're going to have Storm finished when this push comes. And the thing is, he's already used energy recharge. Can use the other one in about 40 seconds. Stalkers are here, ready to slow the push down. Double drop going in the main. If that can unload here in the Fog of War, ZOUN could be in big trouble. Oh, you got to watch out. This is always the weakness of Storm. The Pylon sees it. Okay, the Pylon does see it. Let's see if he can react in time, because right now he's going straight for the middle line. Cyclone chasing these Stalkers in the middle. ZOUN not watching right now. He will get the Cyclone kill, despite not watching. Zealots try to warp in. Storm could be big. Storm could be big. ByuN, watch out for the Storm. You got to pick up and leave. He's got to leave. He's got to leave. He's got to leave. He leaves at the last second. Beautiful hot pickup for him. Meanwhile, his army's diving the third base. Great save for ByuN. Keeps those guys alive. They are in range of Storms and feedbacks. Stalkers, though, cannot reach them, at least not right now. Bio army sets up on the front. He's got 2 Marauders and 4 Marines stimmed. 2 Siege Tanks as well. One of them is in range of the Nexus. Widowmine, not burrowed just yet. Bio trying to dance around. It's a small Bio army, but it's a very small Zealot force as well. I feel like ZOUN should have just committed there. It wasn't that much Bio. I'm not sure if running away was the right call. His Immortal takes massive tank shots. The Immortal's going to go down so quickly. It lands 1 hit on a Marine, 1 hit on a Siege Tank, and then it does go down after getting another hit on the other Siege Tank. No, it doesn't. It actually survives. Can't believe that Immortal survived right there. Really nice for ZOUN, and he does hold on. His Nexus heavily damaged, but it lives. He's got High Templar. He's got control of the front of his base. And guess what? Came forward and just did some feedbacks there. If he energy recharges, he can storm those 2 drops in the back. ZOUN can take complete control of this game. Chases back the Marauders, gets rid of them. Like I said, energy recharge right now and storm that, and that's 2 medevacs done for. ZOUN, 3 kills right now. That's so much supply, guys. That is 15 supply. ZOUN's got to realize on this map, those guys are so exposed. He might feel like they're trapped anyway. And I mean, the red hit point one very well maybe, but if he's not looking and they boost out when he's distracted and the yellow hit point medevac tanks the shots, you never know. They're like this. They are sitting darks. There we go. Why is he feedbacking? Storm the mate. That was a double kill. ZOUN. Sorry, guys. It's a $700,000 tournament. People get nervous. People get nervous, man. Thank you, Kerno. Thank you, everyone, for the subs. Everyone watching at home as well. Appreciate you guys. Go check out the Patreon if you want to go above and beyond to support. Links down below in the description. Observers over there. Ooh, okay. 4th base is going to go on the left side. Most people take it on the right, but he's going to expand along kind of straight line along the edge of the map. +1's about to finish for him. +1 armor's not done yet for Terran, so that should tie up the upgrades at least momentarily. Oh my god, ByuN! He just doesn't think Storm is a thing! Who runs forward there? Guys, it's not even a joke at this point. ByuN actually doesn't think Storm exists. He saw multiple High Templar in this game already. He's been stormed multiple times. He knows that the Protoss is there, and he runs forwards in a ball without scanning first. It truly, it's not a meme. It's just an accurate description of ByuN's understanding that Storm is not actually a spell and does not exist, if he believes it does not exist. Finally, the Storm does take down those 2 medevacs in the corner. I can't believe he ran that ByuN. Man, it's so nerve-wracking playing these big tournaments. You're always going to make mistakes. I just think for ByuN, it's a bad habit that keeps repeating itself, and he's got to break that one. Right now in this matchup, there are more Storms than we've ever dealt with before as Terran players, and you've got to have a system in place for dealing with it. I think, oh, look at the retargeting. The Widowmine retargeted by ByuN. Nice move. Now he's going to dance on the edge there, trying to bait the Storms, land the EMPs. Good micro for him so far. Great EMPs, and does snipe an Archon. He's going to get another Archon that's morphing. Not enough Storm backing this up. No Colossus yet. Second Robo Bay, 4th Nexus, as well as the double Forge all on the way. So ZOUN's going to that next step. And Terran for ByuN, yeah, he's going double eBay Armory, but they're not ready just yet. 65 workers for ZOUN. Not a very impressive economy, but he does have 6 gases now. He could build up to 75 or so probes. I'd be a lot more comfortable with this position he's in. But rare for him to do so. I think he got to 74 eventually in the previous game. He's building a couple more probes now, just 3 more. Wants to go to 70. Bio goes there. Be careful with that medevac, man. There's 1 High Templar only inside. He doesn't have a lot of backup Templar. This is one of the things I've noticed with ZOUN's style. He's got a High Templar there, 1 there, and 1 with the Prism. I do like that he's going Disruptors. I think he kind of needs these Disruptors, because he knows that ByuN is going very quickly into Vikings to deal with the Prism last game and this game, and then he keeps building them because he's just expecting a Colossus tech switch. If you don't go Colossus, you just play Storm, Immortal, Disruptor, those Vikings aren't going to have a purpose. And then maybe after you catch all those Vikings, kill them all, then you can swap into the Colossus and the extended Thermalats. But there's just no reason to rush it against a Terran that is this responsible at massing Vikings. Oh, Zealots. That's unfortunate for ZOUN. A lot of Zealots run in. Oh, 6 Storm, though. Great Storm. And he saves the High Templar. Nicely played. All right, Zealots down there. Bio up here in the top left. 2 more gateways coming in. We've got 8 gates going to 10. 5th Nexus goes down. So ZOUN's getting into that macro game. As I said, he doesn't like going above 70 workers. In a game like this, I'd love to see it. Oh, he's doing the Estrella move. He's actually getting extra observers. If you go observer speed as well and just keep pumping observers in late game, it's really good because Terran players will use EMPs, they'll use scans, but if you keep replacing the observers, it actually kind of exhausts their attention to constantly be looking for those observers, to constantly be scanning for them, and it gives you really good info on where the Terran's coming from so that you don't get EMP'd too hard. Oh, great disruptor shot. ZOUN throws another one, but a bit too far from the right side. Meanwhile, Zealot's running on the 4th base, not letting him get that up for free. ByuN squad does come down though. At the same time, he runs forward. Disruptors do go out. Storm from the right side. Dude, these storm drops are sick. Lands another beautiful storm, but that prism's going to go down. Vikings do take care of it. Disruptors come forward. He's got to pull back. ZOUN's out of shots. ZOUN needs to go home right now. His army has one disruptor shot. It is wildly exposed. ZOUN right now is with his pants down, doing a poo in the woods. There is a bear staring at him. That is this ByuN army on the right. And yet he is facing off with the bear saying, F you, I can take you on. The bravery of ZOUN should not be understated. This is a crazy attack for ZOUN. He's trying to bait him into the disruptors. They do start recharging just in time to cover most of his retreat, but ByuN will not be perturbed. He's going to chase down at least 3 of the disruptors. Units lost time still massively in favor of ByuN. 4,000 almost, about 3,500 in the resources lost. That's huge. ByuN's got the better army now. 2-2 against 2 on upgrades as well. One disruptor's not going to cut it. I think we need a few more reserve Templar coming in from the flanks. Great disruptor shot. Gets a few ghosts and marauders there. This bio ball still very powerful, man. Disruptors don't hit air, but Storm does. Storm could be good on these Vikings and Medevacs as well. Another great Storm from the left. Another one comes in from the right. I love these High Templar coming from the flanks. Really good High Templar placement for ZOUN. Does he have enough behind it, though? He's only got one disruptor here. So once these Storms are gone, is there enough Zealot Stalker to punish? Ah, that Storm maybe could have been a little deeper. That bio army wisely pulls back. I'd love to see ByuN repair his Vikings and Medevacs, and I'd also love to see that Colossus transition. But right now, gas is very short. So ZOUN can't really afford it. Oh, tries to split some Zealots off. Doesn't realize the army's still there. Very much a front-on clash right now. ByuN doesn't want to risk moving out and get spotted by the observers and then just get jumped on. But he's going to now do it. He's going to split his army in 2. Some would say a bit of a risky decision, but he's maxed out. He's got a big bio ghost army on both sides. 2 Marauders to take care of that High Templar. He gets spotted, so he kind of pulls in and out with this army while the other army dives the left. There is a High Templar there too, but they don't have energy. He's going to have to energy recharge, but EMP lands instantly. Oh, beautiful. He knew the energy recharge was going to go down there, and that's why it's always, if you can see your High Templar, it's the only one there. It's not usually good to energy recharge it because a top player like ByuN will consistently focus it down. Oh, great pickups though as the Stalkers try to punish him. Nexus on the 4th, or 5th base I should say, on the right side goes down. That's the 4th and the 5th base both getting sniped. He does hide in the corner. Plenty of dead space there for him to retreat to. There's a new Nexus there. He's actually going to try and drop the main. He could drop on top of those disruptors, but he's got to be a little bit careful. Recall does come in. The bio tries to pull away from these disruptor shots. Great shot. Gets a few ghosts and marauders. Stalker's not the best unit against these marauders. I don't know about this drop, man. It's hard to get the disruptors on top though, and he actually kills 3 of his own Stalkers. ZOUN in panic right now. Zealots on the other side of the map go for a big counterattack. SCV's pulled away. Liberator's trying to defend. The bio needs to leave. Yeah, ByuN's trying to stand and fight like the Chad Gamar that he is. The disruptors, they don't quite reach, man. The balls just don't quite reach. The Medevacs are going to pick up. A bunch of the Vikings and Medevacs will go down, including a full Medevac and a Viking. But ByuN is going to get out a bunch of units. He's going to land over here. And remember, right now, there's no mining at home for Protoss. He's only on his first 3 bases, but he gets in and kills 25 workers with those 2-2 Zealots. Really well played there. The upgrades are even on both sides. Now, the drop comes down here. The Stalker Warp in comes in, and that is actually going to... Oh, man, that's huge. If he can catch all these units... But the EMPs and the Marauders put up a good fight. The Medevacs try to escape. The Stalkers want to chase, but they can't. ByuN says, if you try to chase down my Medevacs, I will dive the left side. And guys, it's a good thing that I graduated auctioneer school because these guys are not giving me a lot of room to breathe. I'm pretty sure I'm not have enough brain in my oxygen. Oh my god, I didn't even mean to say it. I don't think I have enough oxygen in my brain. Whew, I need to breathe, but it's really hard when these two just keep multi-pronging each other like that. They're just fighting left, right, and center all over the map. Trying to catch all the action and talk about it. Kind of hard, man. Do Libs one-shot Zealots? No. Even with +3 attack, they won't one-shot a Zealot, even if it's EMP'd and they have +3 attack. But if they have +2 attack, which they do not, and the EMP hits the Stalker, then the Stalker gets one shot, but ByuN hasn't found the room to squeeze that upgrade in this game. Liberator comes in the right side, bio drop in the left. ZOUN just has no income now. ZOUN's dead. He's got a big army, but I don't think it matters if he's got no mining. He just doesn't seem able to get on top of this. ByuN, oh dude, a little slow on the pickup there. It does go for a divey dive. He's going to dive this right side as well, and guess what? Drops here to be annoying. This is kind of a sacrifice High Templar are coming over, but that is a dead Nexus. Probe's trying to hide. Storms could land. Storms could land. ByuN, oh, does land a good EMP. But the Storm lands also. He's going to stand and fight. And this is the problem. Whenever you're chasing the Terran army and your economy's kind of on the other side, it's really tough. Disruptor does land, take out 2 ghosts. Trying to dance in and out is ByuN. Bait these Disruptor shots. Gets another Stalker. Disruptor's only barely clipping units occasionally, not really landing the way they want to. Sees the probes over there, and ByuN might just stim and try to gun them down as he runs away from these Disruptor shots. A lot of probes do go down. Disruptor shots come forward, actually catches 2 of his own probes, and that is going to spell disaster because the redrop in the main, yes, it may finally be cleaned up. Disruptors do finally land on this army. But of course, it's ByuN who can afford to trade, and ZOUN who cannot. Yes, you've only got 54 workers, but with mules, a fully mining 4th base, 3rd base back up and mining, 1,800 minerals coming in a minute versus 300. ZOUN is as broke as they come. 7 disruptors, 6 stalkers, 3 zealots, and a sentry. Whew. All right. Looks like ByuN's going to force a game 5, guys. That's actually really exciting. It's such a bummer this series started the way it did now. Because he's just better than ZOUN when it comes to the macro game, it feels like. It's kind of fascinating because, like I said, ZOUN's been... He took a bunch of games off Clem earlier in the year. Even a couple of series. And he looked really good doing it. But I did notice that like kind of stalling out on 70 probes and just attacking head on seems to be the one thing that he always does. Like, he never really seems to do a twister. We rarely see him fly a prism in and then hit 3-4 mineral lines at once, which is one of the best moves to kill a Terran player. But he's like very much a specialist in a narrow range. And it feels like ByuN is actually really well set up to deal with that. It's just the early game shenanigans and the storms that could be a really big issue. Sorry guys, I forgot to, I re-enabled messages the other day, but I forgot that means we're sometimes going to have DMs pop up on screen while I'm casting. ZOUN's bleeding out, guys. Desperate push over here. But mass repair on the planetary. And the Bio Viking coming back. He's got a ghost coming over. Could be nice as well. Good disruptor shots. Livs are going to try and siege on his face. Disruptor's landing on the Marauders pretty damn nicely, actually. Great disruptor micro. But the planetary refuses to go down. The Bio Ghost catches the Stalkers. And with that, ZOUN's going to tap out. We're going to game 5, baby. Alright, alright, alright. It's going to be Pylon to decide the entire series. ZOUN, it's kind of unfortunate that I was like, well, it's unfortunate that ByuN had such a bad start, but now I'm thinking it's unfortunate that ZOUN has let these leads slip away. I wonder if he goes for a bigger storm timing. I mean, the storm timing looked really promising on Ultra Love as well. It just didn't quite get enough. I wonder if he just commits to another big 2-base storm timing, because those attacks look very frightening. Now, ByuN, once again, not going for the 2-gas. It's just a 1-Rex expand build order. ZOUN's going to go for a gate scout to be nice and safe. Doesn't check for proxy barracks. Checks for eBay. Goes down here early to check for engineering base. So I think he's going to go Nexus before core. It's wild, man. I've been obsessed with Nexus before core for the longest time. Because Clement and MaxPax especially was kind of the king of PvT on the last patch, and he never went Nexus before core. It felt like there was just this authority saying, no, you shouldn't do that, because MaxPax was so much better than every other Protoss player last season in 2024 when it came to this matchup. Probe dancing. Pulling away now. SCVs will be able to build the command center on location. So he was probably blocking a bit earlier than needed, ZOUN, as there was not enough money yet. But of course, he didn't know there was a Marine being built. ByuN's going to go Tech Lab. He's going to do the Marauder opening again. You guys know, generally, I hate the Marauder opening. But he did do a very cool hidden 3cc into 3-racks version of this earlier. I doubt he does that again. I think it's probably going to be just a factory afterwards. Concussive? Yep. Oh, he's cutting SCV production. I guess because the depot wasn't ready yet. Maybe that's just part of the build. Marauders cost 2 supply. Okay, second barracks does go down very early. 3-racks, a very old school build. This is going to help against the Stalker pressure. This is because he can tag him and actually wreck him. Oh, thank you, Mr. Chaz. Really appreciate the tip. Thank you. Thank you so much, friend. Shield battery goes up on the natural. Stalker's going to run forward. Sentry coming out next. If you can catch a Stalker, that's kind of the best value unit you could potentially catch. And ZOUN even scouted around for proxies. Third barracks goes down. Oh, 3 racks is such a classic build order, man. Such a classic build order. Now, remember, Cure has a build where he does this, and then he goes 7 barracks with no factory, no starport. Just complete bio all in. Can't heal them at all. Pulls the boys and just shoves, shoves, shoves. Really good way to hit before Storm can be ready. And we have not seen Colossus even once from ZOUN. So that could actually work really well here. Because he's gone Storm every game. And if you know they're going to go Storm, it takes a bit longer to kick in than Colossus. And there's that slightly bigger window to pull the boys and just wreck them. Sees the reactor building here. The reactor's always so delayed with this version of the 3 racks. Which is what I hate about it. But you can see he can he can do some pressure, force a shield battery, potentially get a stalker if he's lucky. Of course, he didn't get anything this game. And he can go for potentially double reactor if you're a mad lad. Of course, he's not doing that this time. It's going to be double tech lab. And just marine production for now. You don't want to build marauders too early because they're too expensive, right? The 2 marauders at the start is already enough. But at some point soon, he'll begin. There we go. Shields should be starting up on this tech lab. And we should see, I would imagine, factory before marauders start. 3rd gas goes down. Mule's continuing. I normally say if your factory's down before 4.5 minutes, it's usually decent as a 3 racks build. If it's any later than 4.5 minutes, it starts to get like, every second past 4 minutes 30, your factory is delayed. It's a massive delay on medevacs. And 427, considering he opened with 2 marauders, he's got the +1 nice and early. I think that's a pretty well-timed build order for ByuN. ZOUN staying 2 base. It's gone Blink, Robo, and of course the Templar Archives will happen next when he hits 200 gas. We've seen him do this before against the 3 racks, right? He did this on ley lines when he thought it was just a straight 3 racks, even though in that case there was actually a much faster 3rd command center. Now the Spire, if he could catch Stalkers, that would be good. Concussive is dangerous, man. Concussive and Stim. ByuN managed to sneak across this map. That would have been huge. Ooh, gets another tag. But 3 Marines and not a single bit of hit points on the Stalkers. They just fade away. Perfect micro for ZOUN. Still dancing in and out, looking for these kills. Gets himself another Marine. Not taking any chances. Blinking away. This is where 3 racks gets problematic. Like, he can hold this high ground and be annoying, but look, the Observer sees him. Oh, the Observer seeing him means the high ground's not that big of an advantage. 3rd Nexus goes down as well as Charge starting up. Marauder trying to pull back for ByuN, but it gets focused, and Blink micro really good for ZOUN. And this is it. If they do it, you got to find this Observer, man. Because otherwise that ledge doesn't really give you any power. He might need to stim after this. Starport's not quite finished. It will be starting medevac production shortly. But he needs those medevacs yesterday. He's already lost 7 Marines. 1 Marauder, 6 Marines. Stalkers only losing a few hit points. Really good micro for ZOUN. Picking this apart so far. Gets himself another Marine. And still not losing any units. 3 more gateways coming in. That's 6 gate. Storm's coming in. It's halfway finished. And on the other hand, a bunker before 3rd command center. I think ByuN's a little paranoid, guys, about getting hit here. I think he desperately needs a 3rd command center right now, but with no tanks to anchor him, he's worried about these Stalkers just chipping away at him. I think he's going to need to just stim at them. Okay. Beautiful Observer placement on this left side. The Observer tracking where the army is the big thing. Oh, and he stims after the Observer. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. There's no way. The Stalkers blink down. He does get the Observer. Oh, that's actually a good move. Because the Stalkers blinked. He gets the Observer and 2 Stalkers there for 3 Marines. Great trade for ByuN, actually. Yes, he has to use a scan, but that's worth it. Oh, the Marauder pulls back as well. Really well played. Now, once he has medevacs here, he can start to pick up the Marauders that are being targeted, and that's going to make things way better for ByuN. This is good because there's no probes on the 3rd base. Yes, his own 3rd hasn't started, but it's about to on location. And his +1 armor is almost done. So 1/1 upgrades against a Protoss player with no Forge. That being said, Storm. It's here, and it's going to be here in a big way. Prism's on the way, and these High Templar, you know they're going to get refilled, right? He's already got 3 Storms available, and when he fills up another High Templar, he'll probably have 4, 5, 6, 7, he'll probably have like 8 Storms at that point. 8 Storms is a lot to dodge, especially when you don't know how to spread ahead of time. It's not that ByuN doesn't know how, but he chooses not. He plays a high-risk, high-reward style. I should be fair as a commentator. He should definitely be more cautious after the last games. 3rd command center is there. 4th and 5th barracks as well. Ghost Academy's coming in. I'd like to see 2 Vikings next, because this is going to be medevac 5 and 6. I think you want 2 Vikings to deal with the Prism. But right now, I think ByuN needs to be very careful He needs to like basically just spread his units out here and really try to deal with this however he can. Oh, look at that prism. Oh no, he's so clumped though. Nice storm drop for ZOUN. Does try to defend himself. Lands a fantastic storm. ByuN a bit too clumped. Oh no, ByuN eats crazy storms and he steps into a surround. Oh my gosh. ByuN, he goes for a chaotic dive. And I thought it might be game winning for a moment. I was like, let's believe, but it was not a good dive. He saw what looked like a few Protoss unit stragglers, and then he moves his medevacs through the open. Oh my, oh no, ByuN just getting absolutely waffle stomped there. As I said, he needed to be careful till he get out some Ghosts and Vikings. This was the window where ZOUN's army was best, and ByuN clumped into the storms and then got surrounded by the Zealot Stalker. The positioning was actually perfect because half of ZOUN's units were warping at home, half were on the Terran side of the map, and when he pulled them all back, they naturally surrounded ByuN's forces. ZOUN gets the 3-2. What a devastating play. And ByuN doesn't have the info we have. Keep that in mind, guys. ByuN's not an idiot. He saw what looked like an opportunity. He had no idea. Look at this. He's veering around. Okay, he sees some Zealots. He does know the army's moving out. Then he's like, oh, let's see if I can catch something. I mean, actually, it's kind of a crazy move. Like, he knows the Zealots are down there. He knows there's going to be a High Templar. I think he was hoping to catch the High Templar kind of in the rear behind the army. But then these guys coming in. And the first guys coming in, if he quickly ran away, maybe. But, like, continuing to dive forward was crazy. I think there was a point here where he should be running. I think at this point, if he picks up these Red Hit Point Marauders and stims them back to this side of the bridge and just runs home and spreads to defend, if he wants, he could send a drop or a double drop around the left into the main as well. That would be okay. But it's this moment where he stims the rest of his bio forward. And it's like, this is just crazy. He sees the energy on this High Templar. He knows there's more storms in the prism. And he presents a really juicy target. And I know ByuN wants to be assertive, but just look at where he was in the game. This was not the time to be out here fighting, right? His first ghosts were about to come out. We're going to start building. His Ghost Academy just finished. He should be building 2 Vikings right now, which is going to limit that prism. You land an EMP on it, which takes it down to just 80 hit points. The 2 Vikings shoot it down within 2 volleys. You know, you can pre-spread, get more Widow Mines out. Don't get me wrong. The abundance of Storm is really powerful. It's a real problem for Terran players in this matchup. And I think if the Terran makes mistakes, it looks really bad for them, right? And I think ByuN definitely made mistakes in this game. Does that mean that energy recharge is fair and balanced? No. I know there's a Terran player raging in the chat about it. It does seem super duper powerful. But yeah, I think it's one of those things. When something's powerful in StarCraft, you have to play extra careful around it. That is what StarCraft is. And unfortunately, it felt like these storms were just so effective. Like the comeback on ley lines. Here in this game, I thought it was very even until he dove there on those High Templar and presented the target. GG, well played, man. ZOUN gets the 3-2 and goes to the next stage. Unfortunately, ByuN goes out losing 2 series, 1 to Clem's Protoss, 1 to ZOUN. Doesn't even get to show his TVT or TVZ, and that's really sad. GG, well played.